welcome back to this new CreepyNews episode. Decades ago a murder occurred and the media dubbed the deep freeze murder. The victim's name was Anne Noblett. The events took place in 1957 in the United Kingdom. Since there was no DNA evidence, the police admitted the difficulty they had in solving the case. They also keep in mind the possibility that the perpetrator might have died by now. These two facts combined might make this a case that will never be solved. They can only do so much. So today I'll be sharing with you what happened to Anne on that cold winter night, decades ago. Now Anne had attended a party with friends on December 30th, 1957. All was well during the party, and after she decided to take the bus home. A person by the name of Shirley Edwards was the last person to see her alive. This was around 6 p.m. that evening, when she witnessed her entering the bus. Again, nothing seemed out of the ordinary except for one car in particular that was visible in the dark with its rear view lights on. This vehicle was located further down the road, near the area Anne would later disappear from. Her parents didn't wait long after she failed to arrive home to notify the police. They set up a search party and even took dogs with them, but they could find no trace of her in or around the area she was last seen. And some of these disappearances, by pure coincidence, random people might stumble upon the body of whoever was missing. The good news about it is that family no longer has to wonder what happened to their loved ones. The bad news is, of course, that they are no longer alive. In the case of Anne, that is exactly what happened. Two men walking their dog in a place called Rose Grove Woods stumbled upon her frozen remains. Keep in mind that she vanished on December 30th and she was found 1 month later on January 31st. Based on her last known sighting, they were able to calculate a distance of about 7 miles in between point A, where she was last seen, and point B, where she was found. Her body was found fully clothed. Some of her belongings were found nearby, and there was clear evidence she was strangled and even sexually assaulted. She was also entirely frozen. At first it might make sense due to the cold winter weather, but after further investigation they realized she must have been stored in a refrigerated unit of some sorts, before being disposed of in the woods. This is also where the case takes a disturbing turn for the worse. Not only was she clearly brutally murdered, someone took the time to move her body all over the place, perhaps not knowing what to do with it before finally disposing of it in nature. Detectives concluded that she must have been picked up by someone between the bus ride and her home. This person might have known Anne, indicating the possibility that she entered the vehicle or went with them willingly. Because weather reports at the time indicated winter had been rather mild, she couldn't have been frozen in the way she was found by simply being out in the open. Even though she was found fully clothed at the time, some further investigation revealed she had been redressed by the perpetrator and they didn't attach certain buttons of clothing correctly, suggesting sexual assault might have been one of the motives. Further investigation of her body showed the food she ate the day she vanished were still undigested. This indicated that she had not died long after being abducted on December 30th. Again, the state of her body showed clear indication she had been stored in a refrigerating unit of some sorts, and police quickly investigated all they could find in a 30-mile radius. Sadly though, no evidence could be found in any of them. The only thing they were able to conclude was that she must have been taken and placed in the woods perhaps a day before she was found. So that means she was stuck in a refrigerating unit for over a month, most likely, in order to preserve the body in the state that it was in. Even though they tried searching numerous other places like farms, factories and other buildings located in the vicinity, nothing provided any leads or concrete evidence about who was responsible for the murder. The only thing that remains clear is that she must have been abducted by someone she potentially knew, was sexually assaulted and then brutally murdered. Now these were the main details concerning this obscure unsolved case. We hope the victim is resting in peace. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to receive videos about unsolved cases and other creepy things on a regular basis. And with that being said, dear viewer, have sweet dreams.